Angry House is in the house. I've got a couple of questions to ask. First of all, where is where's all the support for Joe Biden? I mean, like where's well, let's say on Facebook or Twitter, where's let's say 400,000 people saying that Joe Biden is our president? Because apparently on Facebook there was this group that got together and they had this thing going, Joe Biden is not my president, and they got like over 1 million people signing up, agreeing with them. Sort of, I guess, going on the Republican side. And of course, Facebook kicked them off, and that's called communism, by the way. That's communism. When you have something to say that goes against what the government wants to be said, and they cut you off and they don't let you say it, that's called communism. I don't know if, I mean, people should just look that up, or even socialism, whatever. So let's take a look at what some of the things that Joe Biden's team won. Free healthcare. What's wrong with that? That's a fantastic idea. Free healthcare. In Canada here, they say we have free healthcare. It's not free. You pay for it. We are taxed up the ass here in Canada, okay? Almost half our paycheck is taxed. Now, but you get the free healthcare. So when Joe says to everybody in America, we're going to give you free healthcare, he has to raise your taxes, right, to get that free healthcare. So, and it's just your taxes are just going to go whang. So that's good. So it's not free. So Joe should say that. Say, we're going to raise your taxes in order to give you what Canada's got, which is free healthcare, to a certain extent. Obviously, the things you have to pay for, but for the most part, it's free. But you pay for it. I mean, in Canada, if you work overtime, that money goes on top of what you make that week. It puts your rates over the amount, and they tax you more. So here you are trying to work overtime. You're spending less time with your family. You're staying late at work to make a few extra bucks to do whatever, to buy your kids something, your wife something, to fix something, to pay a bill. It goes on the end of your paycheck. It brings your amount up, and you get taxed on that. They tax the crap out of you. And if you work too much that year, at the end of the year, they tax you again. They tax you again. That's Canada. Okay, that's in Canada. So when you look at Canada and you say, oh, they got a great system up there, and it's not true. I mean, it's not bad. It's better than the American system right now, I would assume. But it's you're still going to pay for it. So my question is, if Joe's doing such a great job, what Facebook should do is like have 1 million people counter the 1 million people that say Joe isn't my president with Joe is my president. That's how you show the other side up, right? You say, look, I've got 5 million people who say Joe is my president, as opposed to your 1 million that says Joe isn't. That's how you do it. But they don't do that because I don't think they can get that many people to back Joe. So when they see all these people not backing Joe, they silence you. Again, that's communism, people. Again, just don't believe me. Just Google the word communism or socialism, and that's what you're getting. When they cut freedom of speech, who cares what you say, right? Like I try to be on the fence. I'm in Canada. I'm neither liberal nor conservative. I'm on the fence. I have voted liberal in the past because I thought they would do a better job. So if I was in America, I would neither be Democrat nor Republican. I would look at both sides and see which side is going to help me, right? And our future generations. That's all. So Joe, the problem with Joe is Joe still thinks he's up at the cottage. I mean, I think Joe's just not quite there. Joe Biden, I bet you every time he's talking, he's thinking he's up at the lake. He's going to go fishing soon. So Joe just can't relate. So that's the problem with Joe. So all I got to say is this. If Joe Biden is really good, show everybody that he's way better than Trump or the Republican Party. Just show them, and then there'd be no problem. It's like with the election. I've said this before. We can't say the word hanky-panky. We can't say the F word as to the election. We could say there's been some hanky-panky going on with the elections. If that's a lot of crap, let's just say the Democrats say, you guys are lying. You guys, it's bullshit. Here's the proof. I'm going to show you the bullshit that you have. So Republicans say, we have all this. That's proof. And then the Democrats would say, that's bullshit. And I'll show you why. Boom. But they don't do that. They don't show, here's what happened. You're full of shit. The election was perfect. But they don't show that. It's, right? Come to your own conclusion. Like there's that video that the mainstream media, which is not your friend, by the way. See, in the old days, I'm going way back, during the war, World War II, I'll just use World War II because Germany had the propaganda machine. When the Germans were getting their asses kicked in Russia, you think for 1 second the German media was saying, we're getting our ass kicked by the Russians? No. They said, we're winning, we're heading towards Stalingrad, Russia's going to fall. And that was bullshit. The Russians were just wiping them out, slapping them. They were getting bitch slapped by the Russians. But the propaganda machine did not tell the people that. The people had no idea what was going on. Same with the what was happening to the Jewish people, the Holocaust. They had no idea. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know this was going on. They kept it hidden from the regular people. Okay, the Germans. There's only a handful of Germans that were bad. The rest of the Germans, they were just like me and you. They believed what they heard. They thought that the Americans, they were trying to take over. They were told a pack of lies by the media, by the German media, and we're getting told a pack of bloody lies from mainstream media. Okay, mainstream media now is only good for sports and weather. You want to know the weather? Hey, CNN. You want to know the sports? Fox, MSNBC, sports, perfect. You want to know if Mrs. Mulberry walked her dog? CNN, no problem. Other than that, anything else, they're full of shit. They're slanted towards one particular party that lines their pockets. It's just that you can see it with your own eyeballs. Again, don't believe what I say. Who the hell's going to listen to me? Look for yourself. When the media says something, the mainstream says something, look for yourself on the other side and then come to your own conclusion. You might believe what they say, what CNN says. You might. But I bet you if you really look at both sides, right, you're going to come to the conclusion that mainstream media is no different than the propaganda that Goebbels was pushing in World War II with the German people. It's propaganda. Trump calls it fake news. It's just propaganda. It's propaganda news. That's all I got to say. Elvis has left the building. Ciao.